Greetings and welcome to the MASH 4077 tent. That's the first thing I thought when I got this stuff up. Like after I did the ceiling, I was like, man, I want some of that like camouflage words. Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a couple weeks. It's been a year. It's been such a year now, but it's been a really busy couple weeks. And I was planning to do a couple different videos, but I realized that first off, I didn't want to do all the editing involved. I was trying to do like one take things and speak over it, but I kept dropping tools and making stupid noises and getting interrupted. Realized that wasn't a thing. So, but that was just about some things I was doing here. I had to rebuild my bicycle wheels because I got a bike with the worst pre-built wheels in the world on them. I might actually do a separate video about why those spokes were breaking like they were, but I broke 4 spokes in 3 weeks, and then I broke another 2 after I replaced those spokes and retensioned the wheel. So yeah, if you're planning on buying a state bicycle, be aware that they're pre-built wheels, not good. Decent materials, terrible spokes. But anyway, they were also under tensioned a little bit, but that's beside the point. So I made some progress on the basement. I am gonna sit down and show you some clips and bits, just like a crazy montage with terrible audio, as is part of for the course with these vlogs, until I can get proper setup. And yeah, I got held up a little bit because I had to stop and be a rock star for a minute, so I can't talk about that. I can't talk about there's like 4 large things going on that I can't talk about right now, but as with all the other things, hopefully someday I can. Actually did a little bit of 3D printing, so that was fun. The Kingroon KP3, let me get so I'm not this giant white blah in the background. So here you can get a full 360-degree view. It's like a tabernacle or something. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, 3D printing. So I did not forget about the final Kingroon video that I had to, since that was my only printer that I had not packed up because it was so small. I just kind of, carried it like a handle on the top with me. That I've been using that for a lot of things. So yeah, I will eventually, when I dig out my proper computer and get everything set up, dig up like the STL or step files or whatever for the additions that I made, do the final evaluation and all that. It hardly matters now, right? Like I don't even know if they're selling that printer anymore, but in case they are, or people have them out there, I will do that final video. Yeah, so I got it set up printing. I was printing PLA and ABS and some flexibles. So obviously I replaced the cold end, but that's beside the point. So yeah, here we go with just a montage of getting stuff done here in the basement. So here's the basement as it is, or was a few days ago. This is the front part of the basement, just half of it-ish. You can see I didn't move the appliances yet, and that's really the big deal, is getting replacements for them. But yeah, I decided to go ahead and tear this whole setup down. I have to find a way to get rid of all of these paint cans here because the landlord just kind of left them. I don't know which ones correspond with which colors on the house inside and out, and so I'll keep those and then ditch the other ones. I have to take them to disposal. A bunch of flooring units and things like that, and then random boxes of who's-a-majigs and thingamawhats. Yeah, so that's got to come down. And then I decided to go with dry core, is that what they're called? Floor panels, because I can kind of do it modularly and set up a little bit of space for myself and then eventually finish the whole basement and then put some kind of proper covering on it. Normally, I would say these are too expensive, but with lumber prices the way that they are, like it's a decent 2-in-1 solution since I don't have to do a sleeper floor underneath and then put the OSB on top. So we're just going to give it a try. So I've got all the tools I need. I got my hammer, got my pusher, got my puller, and I got a set of knee pads. These are not actually for the floor. These are for groveling when I tell my wife how much this stuff's gonna cost. Yeah. And eventually I'm going to put a wall on this. So there's going to be a little doorway here. Then this is not the wall on the right side. It's going to be further than that. But on the left side here, I'm leaving a little access panel for the plumbing and whatnot in case I need to get in there. And I'm going to run the electric back there as well. But that's all kind of in the future. Right now, all I have to do is get these bookshelves torn down and get them out of here. Now, this wood is like 800 years old, and I think I'm going to keep some decent pieces to build something out of, just like as a memento to, moving into the house. But yeah, some of it, as you can see right here, is rotten out. Back before they fixed the grading in the basement, like this obviously used to flood, and that's just all rotten, so that's got to go to the dump. And since my neck pinch thing, I can't really swing a hammer. I just have to kind of like use my wrist and give a little tap tappy, a little tap tapperoo. But I mean, it came apart pretty easily. It's old wood, and they just use nails. The annoying part is this back piece. I guess was just to keep the dust from coming down on the shelves. They literally just took nails and hammered them into the mixture of mortar and cement and rocks and brick that make up the foundation here. And speaking of dust, I have no idea what's in this stuff, but luckily proper respirators are available now, so don't worry, I got the demo rated respirator. And it's a good thing because I pulled like 30 pounds of dust off the floor here. Yeah.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. That somebody's me, I guess, since I don't want to pay somebody to do it.
Anyway, that cleared up an 8x16 patch, and that's good enough to set up a temporary workbench and get some actual things done. And then this gloriousness is just $50 or so worth of canvas drop cloths that I staple gunned to the walls and the ceiling. So yeah, that's just to kind of keep the dust down, and I haven't had a chance to paint the ceiling joists. So yeah, it'll just keep anything from falling on my freaking head. And voila! Quasi working setupness, bask in its glory.
So I guess that means we're pretty much ready to go with the next stage. So yeah, I guess that's all for now. I know it's not too much of a video, but got to do what you can when you got all this stuff going on. See ya.
Fast forward another week. Yeah, I actually uploaded this video last week. It was supposed to be up before last weekend. Forgot it while it was encoding, and then like kept doing work and came back. So this is actually, a revisit. I'm splicing this in here. Oh boy, I look tired. I am tired. Got a lot going on. Anyway, so new holdup, and that is that I checked into the plumbing code, which I hadn't done. Well, I had done previously, but I didn't check into enacting the code. So looking at the actual code, I was like, oh yeah, that's fine, no problem. You have to get permits to install anything. I just need to install a standpipe to run the drainage from wherever we move the washer dryer. Because if you remember from the previous conversation, it either has to go in a corner temporarily, and then I have to have somebody come in and pay $1 bazillion to reroute the gas, which I don't mind paying someone to reroute gas. You don't want to mess around with that. But like the plumbing fixtures are already set in. We wanted to just take this out of here ultimately and put it in a more convenient spot that makes more sense, and make like a little laundry center in like, a place that already has a wet wall. But I needed to check the code on just seeing if the trap was the sufficient diameter for the shared stuff, and it's all fine. But then I also found out that the laws around here are ancient as far as like plumbing goes, and you need to, what is it? I don't even remember. Basically, you need to be licensed to apply for the permits to put virtually anything in. You could fix what's there, you just can't put anything in, including just a stupid 3-foot piece of pipe sticking straight up out of a drain and like a little, trap. But anyways, even though that would take all of 20 minutes to do, I'm not allowed to do it. So since I'm doing all this on film, I can't just say, well, let's just go ahead and do it and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to have to wait a little bit until we get to remodeling that room, in which case we're going to have to bring in somebody anyway, so I might as well have them do that. Yeah. So anyhow, that held up the development here for yet another week. So I've done other things. You can see lots of boxes of wires and nonsense on the ground. Plans are on our way for putting the walls up, figured out how we're going to do the electricity and all that. Still debating whether we have to bring somebody in to do the box, but we'll see how that goes. I definitely want to get that box replaced. Yeah, I think that's it in the meantime. Oh, another reason that I waited, my arm's getting tired holding this thing up. Another reason I waited another week is because we had the freaking, you know, flood warnings and everything here. So this has been one of the wettest summers I can remember, and it's wet in like, you know, flooding deluge type things, not wet as in like it rains a couple inches every few days type of a deal. We've gotten these like big monsoons and tornadoes up here, which we just don't get. So I really, I guess it's kind of good because I can see how well everything holds up to, you know, drainage, how well the windows are sealed. So yeah, the problem is still the city side wall down there. So I'm going to go re-seal the stoop before winter comes around, and do what I can on that wall. But definitely glad that I went with a floor solution against flooding, even though we don't get like, you know, floodings and backups and things like that. It does get moist in the corner. Sorry about using that word. So anyway, yeah, that's all for this video, for real this time. For real, gonna upload that this time. And we'll see you hopefully next week with something new, depending on what's going on this week. Fingers crossed. But yeah, been busy, and we'll catch you in the next video.